I was invited to. Yes, my name is Ndungu. By profession, I'm a lecturer. I was invited in this business opportunity 8 years ago. And I was told that when I come in, it's an opportunity that I could do on part-time basis. As a lecturer, I was used to part-time teaching. So that was something very welcome to me. And I knew it is something that I could be able to do. And when I came in to listen, for me, my big why was money. I was looking for extra income. As a full-time lecturer, having many other part-time jobs, yet money was not enough for me. And therefore, I was still looking for something else to do. So I was told that in this business, I could make money, and I was very happy. And I said, yes, if I can make more money, it is good for me. So when I came in, I learned that I could not make money before I take care of my health and the health of other people around me. So I learned that New Life is about health. First of all, taking care of our health. Then when you are healthy, you can be able to help many other people also to be healthy. And after helping many other people, that is how you can be able to make money. So when you are healthy, you are helping other people, you make money, you can be able to travel the world. So New Life is about health, wealth, and that is our health, which is very, very important. So I said I've been here for 8 years. So I came in for money. I've seen the money in New Life. There is money. I have seen the health in New Life. My family is healthy, and I've been able to help so many people also today who are very happy because their health has been able to improve. And even I've been able to travel. I was promised that I could travel, and I've been able to do all that. So I'm very excited tonight, this evening, about this great opportunity of New Life that is changing lives across the world. So if you're a guest with us for the first time, I want to really welcome you to our family. Feel you're at the right place with the right people at the right time. And this evening, we have a great speaker, a teacher by profession. So you know a teacher knows how to teach. So this evening, we are learning. So make sure you have your notebook and your pen because you're going to learn, and I would like you to note down something. As a teacher, I'm also a teacher, so I don't like to see my students listening and not just putting down something, because you might find something important that can reach out to somebody else, because we're not here for ourselves only. We are here because of our families, our friends, our colleagues, and other people that we are going to touch through this great opportunity. So have your pen and your notebook ready and be ready to learn, because our teacher is here. She's a great trainer. I have listened to her many times. Those who are here and their members, they know she's a great speaker and a great trainer. And we are so privileged because I know she's so busy where she is working here in a very big school in Nairobi, very busy, but she creates time because she's very passionate about our New Life business. So I want to welcome our speaker, that is Kasembeli. She's a senior manager, and yet I always tell her that it's only the pin of a director she has not been put, but she trains like a true leader, a true director. So Catherine, we are very privileged to have you, and I would like you to start off the meeting tonight because you are very set. So welcome, Catherine, and take it up.
Thank you so much, PT, for even that introduction. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
My name is Catherine Kasembeli. I'm married. I'm a mother, and I'm a teacher by profession. So this opportunity found me 1 and 4 months ago while I was teaching. So I'm actually doing it on part-time basis, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. It actually keeps me busy. If I'm not thinking about teaching, actually what occupies me is the New Life opportunity. This opportunity came to me when I had just undergone an operation. I had an issue with my thyroid, so I had been operated on. When my sister, who is my upline, introduced me to this opportunity. When I joined, initially when she introduced me to the opportunity, I started by buying the products from her. I started by taking the Calmag, Multimineral, and Alfalfa. And after 3 weeks of seeing a great change, which was positive, I decided to take up and walk the journey, be a distributor of Neolife. And today, as I speak to you, I'm a very, very excited distributor because I have been able to enjoy my health, myself, my family, my friends. I have been able to enjoy wealth. I'm looking forward to enjoying lifestyle. And I have enjoyed personal development. I have become a better reader, a better researcher. Now, for me nowadays, when I meet a client who shares with me what they're going through, I go into reading. I Google, I look for materials that are relevant. I read to understand about the condition of that particular person. And in fact, nowadays I make fun with my students. I tell them, if I went to school today, I'll be a biology teacher. Currently, I teach geography, but I tell them I'll be a biology teacher because of what I have seen about my health. So guests and the distributors on call today, we want to talk about constipation. Now, in my walk through the journey of being a Neolife distributor, I have discovered that many of us, many people are going through the problem, the challenge of constipation, and some people have taken it to be a normal thing. And yet it is not a normal thing. It makes you uncomfortable. And as I was reading about constipation, I discovered that this is even a genesis of so many problems that people are going through. It starts as constipation. You take it lightly. 1 minute you're okay, another minute you're having constipation. And in the process, you are developing another complication. So in the long run, you find yourself having another complication because the initial issue, the initial problem, which was constipation, was not dealt with in the right way. Now, constipation, we are told, it is a problem among all people, all ages of people. All people go through this problem, the young, the middle, and the old. All of us go through constipation at one time or the other. So we want to understand what is this constipation. Now, we are told that constipation is the passage of a hard, dry bowel movement at irregular times, which is mostly accompanied by pain. So anytime I know on the call listening, at one time or the other, you have had constipation, whereby you are passing very hard, dry stool, and when it is coming out, it is very painful. And in the process, it causes you some other issues. Now, we are told that the average normal person should be able to pass stool at least once in a day. That is a normal person. However, you'll find people who seem not to be going, somebody can finish 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Some people even, they'll tell you they go for a long call maybe once in a week. And we are saying this is not very, very good. When such happens, whereby you are going for your long call after 1 week, then it means you are actually suffering from constipation. The normal one, we are saying it is every after 8 hours, after taking a meal, you should be able to go you should be able to pass the bowel after 8 hours. Now, we are told that this problem of constipation normally starts early in life, especially when individuals do not develop a definite time to be able to pass the bowel. Now, what happens is that we have said it is irregular. when you pass the hard, dry stool, and which is irregular, that is the constipation we are talking about. So we are saying most of us develop it in early life. We never develop that system where, you know, maybe in the morning when I wake up, I'm supposed to go and pass the stool. So you don't develop that culture. So we are actually saying the ideal situation is that you should be able to develop that culture, that this particular time is the time I should be able to visit the washroom. So that is what we are talking about developing. Now, this could have different reasons as to why maybe that one may happen. When, you know, what happens is that when you feel the urge to go and pass the stool, and then you develop that retention or holding, maybe you find yourself in a place that is not comfortable, a place that is unfamiliar, or you feel there's no privacy in passing the stool, then you develop that retention or holding on it. Now, when you do that, you are developing a habit of constipation unknowingly. You imagine you are doing it maybe for a short time, but as you do it continuously, we are saying you are developing that habit of constipation, which is we are saying it is not good. As we all know, a good habit of maybe passing the long call, the habit of bowel habit movement requires a lot of patience. And when it is fully developed, you feel good, you feel healthier. When you are able to pass it in the right way, you feel good. We are told that normally the stool forms in the large intestine or the colon, which therefore should be evacuated at more or regular times. When food gets into the stomach, it stays there for 3 to 4 hours, depending on the type of food that you have eaten. Then this food is supposed to move to the small intestine. Now, when you have some delays, that food is not able to move from the stomach onto the small intestine, then that is already, you are developing some constipation. That delay is in itself constipation. So it is in the small intestine where now we get that connection between the food that is coming from the outside world and the environment in the inside world. Now, what I mean is that when the food gets into the small intestine, this is where the food is broken down, the food is fully digested, and then now the food is ready to be able to enter into the bloodstream and become part of us. That is how now the relationship between the outside world and the inside of you. When now the food is digested in the small intestine, now it can be able to be absorbed in the bloodstream. Now, it is in the small intestine that sorting is done to allow only what is good for us to be able to have it in the bloodstream. Now, from the small intestine, the remainders, because we are saying it does the sorting out, and then what is good is what is going to be absorbed in the small intestine. But now what the remaining that cannot be absorbed in the small intestine, it moves to the large intestine to continue with the digestion. Now, it is in the large intestine that we have the beneficial bacteria. In the large intestine, we have those beneficial bacteria. And so we need to take care of those beneficial bacteria that are found in the large intestine, because these bacteria are good. They are the ones responsible for digesting the food. They are responsible for producing the vitamins, and they are good for actually assisting in maintaining the immune system. The immunity that we get actually originates from the large intestine. So it is important that those bacteria are taken care of. Now, when this within the large intestine, the digestive process is now completed. Once in the large intestine, then we know the digestive system is completed. Now, the excess water that is absorbed, the excess water is absorbed and the content assume the appearance of a normal stool. So that is what is happened when the digestive system is complete. We are saying the excess water is absorbed and the content now becomes the stool. Now the stool moves downwards to the left-hand side, then to the descending colon. Once there, then you feel the urge to go and pass the bowel. So once in the large intestine, it has absorbed the water, moves to the left-hand side to the colon, then you feel the urge to be able to pass the stool, so you go for the long colon. Now, the rate at which this happens differs from one person to another, but we are saying when the process is too slowly, then the stool is going to become dry and hard and difficult to pass. So that is now the constipation. So that point, after the large intestine movement to the colon that we are saying, then you feel the urge of going to the washroom, we are saying it is different. But then we are saying it is dangerous if it is very slowly, because the danger is it becomes constipation. You know, there is a process through which how long it should be able to stay in the small intestine, in the large intestine, in the colon. If it doesn't take that time, then that is the constipation that we are talking about. And we are saying this type of stool that is going to cause constipation, because it is hard, it is dry, this is what is causing the hemorrhoids and other rectal troubles. We know people who are suffering hemorrhoids, fissures in the rectum because of the dry and the hard stool that is coming out with a lot of difficulties. So it is going to cause such challenges. But at the same time, we're also saying when the process is too rapid, you know, it is too fast, then again, that is the time we are saying the stool is going to be very watery, and then we say this person is having a diarrhea. So the issue is too fast stool coming out is a problem, because it means the stool has not formed well, so that is diarrhea. And when there is a delay in the stool again coming out, it's coming out very slowly. Again, that is a problem that we are saying that is constipation. So there should be a balance between the coming out fast and the coming out slowly, so that a balance is maintained, so that there is constipation. We have several causes of constipation. Number one, an individual may unconsciously be afraid to have bowel movement, maybe because of those contractions. Like I said, you find yourself in an unfamiliar environment. You are not comfortable to go to the washroom, so you keep on postponing going to the washroom, and we are saying that is very, very dangerous. We have said once you feel the urge to go and move the bowel, it is good that you do that. So if you develop that tendency of postponing, then we are saying that is dangerous. You are developing the constipation, which is not good. And this happens especially, some of us are very sensitive where we are and how we can be able to pass the stool to go to the washroom. And I have seen this especially in schools. Look at the schools, for example, where the washrooms are not enough, the students are too many. Some of them are standing at the door, they are knocking for the other one who is inside the washroom, and you are supposed to pass the stool, and somebody is knocking at the door. Such person will develop retention. So holding on, postponing, and we are saying that is what we are saying, it is going to cause constipation. Another thing is emotional factor. Emotional factor, here we are talking about something that develops even from childhood, whereby we have some mothers who concentrate the child's attention too much upon the bowels. You know, you'll hear the mother saying, now it is time to go to maybe conditioning the child. to be able to go and to maybe to under potty and so on. We are saying this is not good, that concentration on it. You are raising unnecessary anxiety into the child, and the child may develop even the retention. So that is not good for emotional factor. Another cause of constipation could be, may arise through illness in other parts of the body. We know of people who have some illness and they are forced to be on a bedridden for a long period of time. Somebody's on the bed. So that idea of waking up to go to the washroom is becomes a bother. So such people develop retention, they postpone because of that hassle of waking up and because of what they are going through. So that can also cause constipation. Another cause of constipation is about the dietary deficiencies, like maybe not having enough fiber in our food, especially the vegetable fiber, which is not digested. So the advantage of the vegetable fibers is that it is not digested. And when it is not digested, it will form part of the stool to be passed. So the fiber will make it to be, it will make somebody to be full so that you don't digest it. So forms the part of the stool. So will actually make the urge for you to go to the washroom. So when you have the deficiency, you don't have enough fiber to make you feel the fullness, then you'll not be able to go to the washroom. So you'll develop what we are calling constipation. Another thing is lack of sufficient liquids because the bowel require water. When the body is dehydrated, what normally happens is that you it means you lack enough liquids in the body. Now, how the body is going to work, or how the body has been conditioned, is that if you don't have enough water, enough liquid in your body, so the body has a way of like extracting any liquid from the stool. That is automatically what is going to happen. There's that mechanism in your body that the body is going to extract any fluid, any liquid, any water that is found in your stool. So what is going to happen is that then the stool is going to remain hard and dry. And we have said that is what we are referring to as constipation. So that is why it is important to take a lot of fluids so that the body does not reach a place where it is resorting to extracting water from your stool. I was reading an article that was through the WhatsApp where somebody was saying, or had written that 7 p.m. time, you need to put your plate down. You know, that is another cause. Eating late can do more harm to you than even somebody was equalizing it to eating high salt in your food. It is more dangerous when we eat late, past 7. You know, when we eat past 7, we are saying the digestion will have slowed down. So it means you will have food in your stomach for longer. So even having food in your stomach for longer is also dangerous. That is also part of constipation. So that is why somebody was saying at 7 p.m. time, you should put your plate down. That is what I was reading. So those are some of the causes of constipation that we can look into at personal level. Let us look at the symptoms of constipation. Look at the symptoms of constipation. Now, one, many patients complain of abdominal discomfort. Some people even complain of backache. There may be lack of appetite. Some of us, we lack appetite when we have constipation. Some of us, we pass considerable quantities of gas when you have constipation. We have excessive straining at the stools. When you are passing the stools, you have excessive, you strain a lot. Some people even, they bring the hemorrhoids, like I said. We have some which have fissures around the rectum. when you have this, in fact, some people who are having the hemorrhoids, they will not want even to eat because they are thinking of how to pass the stool, which is very painful, and because it's even going to cause the fissures. So such people, sometimes people don't want to eat. They would rather not eat than go through that pain of passing the stool. So in fact, most time if you go to the doctor and you present yourself with the hemorrhoids or the fissures in the rectum, most of the doctors, most of them are going even to diagnose you with constipation. They will find out whether you are taking enough water and so on, because those are indicators that you could be having constipation. And so we are saying this can also cause various infections, which may result because of constipation. These, if you read on, you are going to find that people who are suffering from constipation are also candidates of developing ulcers. So those are some of the symptoms of constipation. Let us look at the treatment of constipation. What can we do at the personal level? Number one, effort should be made to rule out any organic disease. So we are saying not every time when you are passing the hard stool, the dry stool, and then people should think that is constipation. First of all, we want to rule out any organic disease, for example, tumors. So it is important to go and see the doctor to rule out that you don't have a tumor. This is just about constipation, because when you read, we are told that sometimes tumors can present themselves as constipation. So it is good to go to the doctor so that it is ruled out. Another treatment is psychological treatment, is very important. Now here, we are saying a person should be able to establish a definite bowel habit at a suitable time, because we said a good bowel movement should be in a relaxed atmosphere. And we are being told this is even better, especially after breakfast. And we are told after breakfast, that is in the morning, mostly the reflex action is normally very active. So that is the ideal time that we should be able to go for a long call to be able to pass the bowel. So those are some of the treatments you can be able to apply at the as even you seek for further treatment. Now, the characteristic of good bowel, we have said the movement, there are 3 questions. The characteristic of good bowel movement. One is when. When should you pass the bowel movement? When? We are saying it is mostly in the morning after taking breakfast. And we are saying it is because this time it is the reflex action is very active. So that is the time when the muscles are contracting well. So it is the best time to be able to pass the bowel. That is when. Another question about the characteristic of the good bowel movement will be how often. And we are saying it's at least once in a day. So meaning that if you are not passing a bowel at least once in a day, then that is an indicator that is something to be able to be addressed. And then another one is how stool should be come out naturally, normal, without any struggle. So the moment you are having stool and you are having struggle passing it, then it means that is also a concern. So another treatment is the diet. Look at the diet. Should consist of adequate quantities of vegetables, fruits, especially those that provide the bulk. Another thing is take plenty of fluids, especially the water. You remember I have just said that our body is such in a way that if you don't have enough liquid in your body, and if you don't have enough liquids in your body, it means you are not consuming enough. So the body has a mechanism of extracting the liquid from your stool. And if the liquid is extracted from your stool, then it will become hard, it will become dry, and that is what we are defining as constipation. And then another thing is exercise. Exercise such as walking is very good. Now this walking is helpful because it's going to strengthen the abdominal muscles, and this in turn encourages the normal bowel movement activity. So it is good to exercise. Just walking 30 to 40 minutes in a day is good. Just walking, that is good to be able to help in those strengthening the muscles. And then another thing is rest. Rest is very important of all. Is, you know, the rest is about the attitude. When you rest well, then you are able to be comfortable, relaxed, so that when you go for the bowel movement, you are relaxed. And then consume more fiber that I've said. So the fiber we have said, especially the vegetable one, because it is soluble, it is going to provide the fullness. So that is also going to assist so that you can be able to pass the bowel regularly, because you are saying when it is irregular again, that is a problem. Then let us look at, therefore, the Neolife solution. What is it that we can be able to do? Maybe you find yourself in a situation where some of those things we have talked about, you are not able. For example, if somebody is ailing, you may not be able to go for the exercises. So, but there is a solution. There's something you can be able to do. So that is how the Neolife solution comes in handy. We have several Neolife solutions. One, we can talk about CalMag. CalMag means we have the calcium and then we have the magnesium. Now, magnesium here is very important because we are told that magnesium role is of attracting minerals, pulls the water into the bowels. You remember we have said water is very important in the bowels, is even assist in the movement of the bowel. So we are saying magnesium is good because it pulls the water into the bowels so that the bowels are softened and they are easy to be able to move. So that is why the CalMag is good. So the calcium will play its role, and the magnesium will also play its role. Now we have the aloe vera juice. Aloe vera juice is a natural softener for digestive tract mucus. When you take a few teaspoons with some water, especially during the bedtime, it will help to encourage the morning so that when you wake up in the morning, then the bowel movement is going to be easy. So that is the aloe vera juice. Then we have the gallicalium. Gallicalium, we say it is a natural antibiotic. You remember we said in the large intestine, we have the bacteria, and these bacteria are important because we said they actually promote the formation of antibodies. They are good because they actually assist in the functioning or the good functioning of your immune system. They'll take good care of you. So that is why we are saying the gallicalium is good for you. It will be able to take, and again, as it protects the bacteria, it actually deals with the bad bacteria, because we have those bad bacteria that are going to interfere with the movement of the bowel. So as it works for the good bacteria to be able to assist in producing the antibodies and protecting your immune system, they're also dealing with the bad bacteria. Another product we have is stage 6. Now, stage 6, those of us who have taken stage 6, you realize that when you take stage 6 in the evening and in the morning when you wake up and take a water, automatically you are going to go to pass the bowel. So we are saying it is good for natural elimination of the waste that remains in the body. Those that may not have been able to come out, if you take stage 6, then it will assist in the elimination of any remaining remains in the body, any waste that is not needed in the body. That is stage 6. Then we have the fiber. Fiber is good. It keeps the stool soft. It also makes the stool to be voluminous, because what we are looking at, the way that our bodies are, is that when the stool is not voluminous enough, then that is a reason for it to be not to be able to move the way the system is. So it has to attain some volume for it to be able to move very well. So when we take the fiber, we are saying the stool is going to be soft, the stool is going to be voluminous, and this is going to facilitate its journey through so that you can be able to pass it. And we know that fiber is good even for diabetic people. It prevents even colon-related problems. So of late, we have had issues of the colon cancer and so on. So we are saying stage 6 is good because sometimes that retention, that constipation for a long period of time can cause even complications in the colon. We also have the herbal digestive. This also helps in lazy relieving of those the stool that is a bit lazy. So you take the herbal digestive. That one is able to assist in that lazy bowel so that it can be able to move. You remember we said that there's need to take a lot of vegetables, there's need to take a lot of fruits. And sometimes, like we said, you may find yourself in a situation where the fruits are maybe not within your reach, or sometimes even the fruits can be so expensive, the vegetables, or you are not able to get all that combination. So we have a product called carotenoid. It is a source of fruits, it is a source of vegetables, and this one is going to prevent constipation, and it is also going to prevent diarrhea. Then we have threonine. Threonine, we are told it increases the cellular nutrition intake, and waste elimination is going to be good, therefore avoiding constipation. Those of us who have taken threonine, immediately you start taking the threonine, you actually feel that elimination of the bowel becomes so easy, you feel nice, and so on. So if you can be able to take these products. And finally, we have the Pro Vitality. Pro Vitality is where we have a combination. If you are not able to buy the carotenoid separately, threonine separately, multimineral and omega separately, then you buy just one product that we refer to as Pro Vitality, and it will be able to get to take to actually assist in so many of these issues that we are talking about. And of course, what we are saying is that as I finish, the good thing of the New Life solution is, as you take the product to be able to address the issue of constipation, many other issues are addressed in your body without even realizing. I remember the other day I was sharing with my family and saying, when I joined Your Life, I had a problem of tonsils. I had frequent tonsils. And when I joined Your Life, for me, it was not about the tonsils. It was about my thyroid. But now recently I discovered for a long time I've not had the tonsils. So meaning these products that I have been taking to be able to address the other problem, they have addressed other issues, and knowing now I'm discovering, oh, I used to have tonsils and I'm no longer having them. So that is the beauty about the New Life. As you take them to address one issue, along the way you find that other issues have been addressed in your body. And for sure, if you do that, you will enjoy yourself. Thank you so much. PT, back to you. Hello, PT.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, that was wonderful. Very articulative, very well researched. And I can tell you, everyone is excited. We have really learned a lot, Catherine. Can you hear me, Catherine?
Yes, I can hear you, PT.
Okay, Sawa. Thank you so much for that wonderful training. We have learned a lot this evening. And I believe that that is one area that many people normally are not very careful about. we ignore about it. Sometimes you go for days without going for a long call, and you find like it is just normal. But today you have learned that it's not normal. You need to go for a long call at least once a day, because you are eating every other moment. And when you're eating every other moment, then you always need to elevate. So that is very, very important. And I believe that we normally give this information so that we can be able to help ourselves. You can be able to do what Catherine has told us to do today to ensure that our bowel is okay, our digestion is fine. And in case you have any challenge, now you know how you can be able to help yourself. And I believe every day we come across people going through different challenges. If you come across somebody having such a challenge, you'll be able to know how also you help those people. And that will be very, very good. So we cannot then to research in the midst of your busy schedule during the day. You've taken your time to research and even to train us in such a wonderful, wonderful way. So God bless you and thank you so much. I think I can see one or two questions here, which maybe I can try to answer, and Catherine can also help me to answer, and any other person on the call, any other leader. I saw somebody asking, how can I come out of the fear that the products usage is lifelong, and yet they are somewhat expensive? So what I would like to tell you is that these are food supplements. We call them food supplement, meaning we are actually using the supplement to bridge the gap between the food that we are eating every day. And remember, we are not eating, right? When you look at the wellness triangle, I don't know whether you are a guest or you are one of us, but when you look at the wellness triangle, we know the way we are supposed to eat, and we are not eating right 100%. Therefore, we are having that nutritional gap. And that is why these supplements have come. They are food. So if we eat food, I mean, we normally eat food as long as we are alive. So I would say that it is very important to supplement. It is very important to supplement that gap, to bridge that gap. And you're just bridging that gap with the food. If it is 3NN, we are told it's take the tree and then you'll be helped. When you take the fiber tablet, you'll be able to get the fiber that you're lacking. That is very, very important for your digestion. So you can never be addicted, or you can never say that you have taken too much, because you can also never say that you have eaten too much. We'll eat in the morning, in the lunchtime, you're hungry. You eat at night, in the morning, you want to eat again. So just have the confidence. Our products are very good. They have been researched by the best scientists in the world. We have an SAB, Scientific Advisory Board, that does research in our products. And that is why they are very, very high quality. So they are not expensive. They are of very high quality. So if you go for cheap things, you will not be helped. But when you use our products that have been used for the last 63 years, you will be helped. So let's not look at just the money part, but let's just look at what are we taking, the quality, which is very good. So that is what I would say in that question. Then I saw somebody asking, does one have to take all these supplements at one go? It is recommended, it is important if you can be able to afford, but if you cannot be able to afford, it's okay. You don't have to take all of them. The person who invited you in the call, or your upline director, will be able to help you and show you which one you can be able to start with. So just consult the person who invited you. They'll be able to tell you, if you're not able to take all those products, which one can you start with, and then gradually
PT Purity, we can't hear you. We have lost you. Catherine, can you hear her?
No, I can't hear her. We have lost her.
PT, are you there? Okay, as we wait for PT Purity, I'll just go on in answering the questions that are there. And because we don't have many, PT, are you there? Let me just check on the chat.
Sorry. Sorry,
Okay, you are back.
Please, can you hear me?
Now
Yeah.
we can hear you. We had lost you. Continue.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, my network had just misbehaved. So I was saying that yes, we can get fiber from oranges and other fruits, but as we have seen that so that fiber tablet, I believe, contains the best fiber that can be able to help you, and taking it would be more, it would be more effective than just even taking the fiber from the fruits, but it is still okay to continue taking the fruits. But what we find that, just as we are saying, the gap possible. So maybe that is what I would say. Maybe Catherine, if you can add on that.
Thank you, PT. I think on top of what you have said, I agree with you. You remember we said in your life, it is eating well, doing the exercises, and resting well. So when you do one, it doesn't replace the other. So meaning that when you are taking the supplement does not mean you don't eat the fruit. So you eat the fruit and at the same time you supplement. So all the things go on. You don't suspend one for the other. So that is what I can be able to say. Thank you, PT.
Thank you so much. I think we've been able to answer the questions that you could see. Don't know whether there is another one. What can you say about the fiber? Somebody is asking that. And I believe it's just what you have said. Catherine has said that even if you're taking those other fruits and other food that have fiber, we cannot, we are still supplementing. So taking fiber will still help us to be able to supplement and even to be better than not just taking the fiber. That is what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
PT, are you there? PT Purity, can you hear me? I think I just want to say before we bring PT Purity on board, it was a wonderful. Thank you so much, Catherine. And I want to appreciate everybody who has attended this evening. PT Purity is experiencing some network challenges, which are normal. And I just want to thank everybody who was in attendance this evening. Thank you, Catherine. And indeed, you're a director, and we know the pin is coming. And indeed, it's a challenge to all of us on this call to see how Catherine can be able to train, yet she's a senior manager, yet she's still very new in the business, yet she's a part-timer. So you can see so many things are happening. Let me try and see whether PT Purity is back so that she can conclude for us. I'm just looking for her so that, yes, I've unmuted you on Isaac. PT, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
You can hear me now.
For us. Yes, conclude for us.
Okay, sorry for that. My laptop just went off, so I had to use the phone. But I'm okay. At least I think we had actually completed. So mine is just to thank everyone on the call. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you so much, our speaker, Catherine. This evening, you have done us a wonderful work. And we just want to thank you so much for what you're doing. You're doing a great job. And I believe very soon we shall be celebrating the director step, and keep it up. So I don't think I had much more to say. God bless you so much. Let's keep doing the business. And for the members, remember, we are just about to close the month. We have actually 1 week to go. We are closing on 30th. And therefore, let's look at where we are. Let's look at our businesses. Let's look at how far are we in our basics. And I believe we are going to close in a very beautiful and a strong way this month. So let us make it the best month for us. So I wish you a very good evening. Tomorrow we shall be having another training on our business. And we shall be looking at what we call the compensation plan. Please make sure you attend, because we need to know how the money comes in this business. Yes, and we need to know how the money comes in this business. And if you're a member, you have the compensation plan, make sure that you come with it. And we shall be discussing that tomorrow. So God bless you. I wish you a very good night and see you tomorrow.